You know, I think one of the things that we have to do as adults, as the decision makers and leaders talking about this on both sides of the issue, is we need to be real about the risks, or real about the science. We have the science. We know the science. We know what THC does to the brain. We know what it does to the body. We know what it does to public health and public safety. I mean, it's pretty clear that it's a risk in a lot of different ways. But part of the problem, whether it's in municipalities or it's in state legislatures, and I can speak for the Maine legislature, lawmakers don't ask the right questions. Municipal leaders don't ask the right questions. It's either because they don't know what questions to ask, because they didn't take the job to regulate or THC in their municipality. It's either willful or maybe it's just willful ignorance. They don't want to know the answers to the questions. And I've dealt with that too. I've dealt with lawmakers making a statement that we don't know anything about marijuana. I approached them afterwards. I have a 6-hour training. I can come to your office and provide it to you. 100 slides. He's like, oh no, I'm all set. This was the chair of our implementation committee in our state legislature saying there's no science. I have science, he doesn't want it. That is a huge risk to our youth and to our communities. Either, again, municipal leaders who have a million things they need to regulate in their communities. They have to take care of school issues, not enough bus drivers, not enough snowplow drivers. Now they got to deal with this. They're not experts. So that's the vulnerability, is people not asking the right questions. That anecdote, that quote unquote emotional anecdote, might be data. It might not be just one story, it might be multiple stories. But the problem is it's baked into the cake not to have that data, because no state requires the collection and tracking of public health data and reporting to the state legislature. So it's built in the cake not to have the data. So our leaders need to ask the right questions. They need to acknowledge wherever they stand on legalization and commercialization. We need to acknowledge, because we keep talking about like it's any normal product like potatoes or broccoli. Kids hear that, adults hear that, and it gets baked in the cake again that it's not a big deal and we don't have to worry about it. And that's what poses, I think, one of the most significant risks to our young people is the adults are not doing what they need to do to understand the issues and then dealing with it.